And it's fitting that we should try to glorify such a Vaishnava, exalted Vaishnava, 7th Goswami, our Gurudev Srila Govinda Swami especially, loved to sing the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. And he would explain to us that everything is there within those songs, all tattva, all philosophy, Siddhanta, is very nicely explained there. And at the same time, it's done with such a nice bhava, nice mood, nice humility, surrender. So all of these things are there. Gurudev every day would chant songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. So we feel that no Acharya glorifies Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura like our Gurudev. So we should try our best to please Gurudev and to glorify Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. So we'll just sing a couple songs first, try to get the mercy of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura and please all the other Vaishnavas at the same time. Gurudev says if you do not properly worship the Vaishnava Thakura, Acharyas on their appearance, disappearance days, it's great injustice. You'll commit a great injustice or offense. So we don't want to commit offense, that's for sure. We don't want to make any injustice. Rather we want to humbly offer our effort and our prayers in order to get their mercy. Such a powerful Vaishnava, 7th Goswami. He himself practically re-established this Siddhanta teachings and the mission of Mahaprabhu by his power, strength, intelligence, writings. And he envisioned how to spread all over the world Mahaprabhu's desire to shower mercy. So we pray that we may get his mercy today. So this is Ohe Vaishnava Thakura from Sharanagati. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura is teaching us how to think about and worship and pray for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. His most important emphasis, especially in the Kali Yuga, where we have no other qualification. We should think, act, pray how to get mercy from Vaishnavas. Then Gurudev explained, Vaishnavas explained, then spiritual life can be very nice, very fast. Without that mercy, without pleasing them and understanding how to please them and get their mercy, then we're doomed. We're frustrated in our efforts for spiritual achievement in bhakti. It says, O Venerable Vaishnava, O Ocean of Mercy, please be merciful unto your servant. Please give me the shade of your lotus feet and please purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. How else will you translate that? Sufficient? I don't think so. You say. Crying, weeping, piteously crying, please, I have no other shelter. If you do not accept me, you do not shower your mercy on me, there's no hope for me. We cannot purify ourselves. We have no strength, we have no intelligence, we have nothing. So please kindly look upon me, shower your causeless mercy on me. Please give me shelter, shade at your lotus feet. Please teach me how to control my 6 passions, how to control, purify and control this stupid, crazy mind and senses. Otherwise, how we can serve you? How we can serve Radha and Krishna properly? Please rectify me of all of my faults and aparads and sins. Please clean me, purify me, qualify me, teach me, fix me up, please give me strength. Please give me all good qualities, merciful strength, merciful intelligence, and all Vaishnava qualities that you possess. Please let me become like you, even like a drop of what you are. You're a real Vaishnava, real Premi Bhakta, real Shuddha Bhakta. Please make me like that. Otherwise, how can I serve you properly? How can I really be disciple? How can I really serve the Lord? And please always give me your association. Let me follow your instructions and hear always your teachings. Always have your association by surrendering to following your instructions, serving within your mission. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura teaching us what is our position and how to cry before and to beg before Shri Guru, Vaishnava, how to become really disciple, really devotee, really bhakta. Without his mercy, without his prayers, it's impossible. We should understand clearly this point. When I examine myself, honestly, I look within, I see I have no strength. I have no spiritual strength. I have no material strength. No strength. No good intelligence. No nice, fine, pure thoughts coming to mind and intelligence. Therefore, how can I carry on the Sankirtan mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu unless I can practice it myself? Unless I learn how to chant purely with love and devotion, unflinching faith, and get free from all these distractions and attachments and disturbances that are there within the mind and the heart. Please bless us. Please shower your mercy that this katha, your teachings can enter into our ear and into our hearts so that we can develop real, strong, unflinching faith. Even one drop of that is powerful enough to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna, which is that Krishna prema. So without hearing and associating means to hear from such premi bhaktis, then how will we get this prema? What other means will be there? Mahaprabhu, he's giver of prem, he's sending his Gaur Priyajanas, and they're calculating and thinking, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, calculating and thinking how to shower that prema, Mahaprabhu's mercy, on every living entity. Mahaprabhu's not looking at any qualification, whether you're qualified or not qualified, whether you're educated or not educated, whether you're young or old, no external calculation, just thinking one and how to shower Mahaprabhu's mercy on one and all. And that comes through this chanting Premanam Sankirtan. So how to chant like that so that we can receive that mercy. And once we receive that mercy by their grace, by their spiritual strength and their prayers, then we can think how to share that with other persons, how we can spread and fulfill the desire of Mahaprabhu and his dearest devotees. This is only thought of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Day and night calculating how to spread it, how to shower Mahaprabhu's plan and desire to give every soul an opportunity, a chance to develop this Krishna prema. So he's feeling, I cannot do it by myself. I have no good strength or intelligence or ability. But if you bless me, Prabhupada says you can make me a success or you can make me a failure. But if it's up to me, what can I do? What can we do? So we must understand what is our position, and we must understand and put full faith in the power and the mercy and the prayers of Vaishnava Thakura, of Shri Guru. Then it's possible. Krishna belongs to you, Premi Bhaktas. They're controlling Krishna by their love. And if they pray on our behalf, then we can also we can also develop. That faith we must have. You have the power to give him to me. You can pray for me, you can give him to me. You can ask him, and he cannot say no. But Gurudev also said, why will he ask Krishna to come and sit in your filthy hearts? Yes, he can give, but you must qualify yourself. You must act properly, how to get mercy of Shri-Guru, Vaishnava, Sadhu. And if they're pleased with our sincere efforts, then Krishna will help inside and outside. Gurudev will pray on our behalf. Therefore, he has the power to give Krishna. He has the power to control Krishna, to ask Krishna to come and sit in our hearts. But he's not going to do it because he loves Krishna if we don't deserve it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura says that the son of the father, he may have many sons, and he wants to give his inheritance to all of those sons. He's very broad, very liberal. He wants everybody to get it. Because he loves them and he's responsible for them. He wants to give from his side. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura explains that, but first he wants to give, but he wants the sons to become qualified, sons and daughters. First you become qualified. Try to qualify yourself by strictly following the instructions. Then he'll be more happy to give. Otherwise, why he'll just give if we're not qualifying ourselves? Why will he ask Krishna to come and sit in our hearts if we are just filled to the brim? Gurudev said, Jesus said, right, first empty thyself and then I will fill you. So we have some work to do. Gurudev explained, if you go to Ganges, Mother Ganga, and your pot is filled with mud, you cannot collect that mercy in the form of Mother Ganga. So it has to be cleaned out. But we have no strength or intelligence to clean it out. So we're begging Gurudev, please, we don't deserve it, we have no ability to do it ourselves, but please, you do it for us. You help us to help ourselves, to serve you, to please you. And if somehow he's pleased with our effort and our sincerity, then very quickly he'll shower mercy on us, he'll purify us and qualify us. But that process is also a little painful. That's why we're fearing it, that's why we're fearing to pray for it. But if we don't pray for it, and Gurudev does not shower that mercy and we do not tolerate it, then how we can please Gurudev, how we can serve him properly. So this is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura teaching us how, what is our position, putting unflinching faith in the spiritual master, in Vaishnava, Sadhu Guru, and then running behind him, crying, Krishna, 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 please qualify me, please give me Krishna. But Gurudev says you cannot ask for it unless you deserve it. So we should act in such a way to try to deserve it. Then we have right to cry and to pray for our spiritual master to please shower that mercy onto us. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, Vaishnava Thakura ki. Yeah. So, another song? This Srila Gurudev, he nicely glorifies Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. We don't have a lot of time, but we can try to do like that. Sometimes it's difficult to sing this Jai Anilo Premadhana because we don't feel that the Vaishnavas really left. that he's gone or he died. He's always there. He's present there. He's present there within his poems, within his songs, within his instructions. He's directly there showering mercy onto us. We should always feel his presence, that he's always present and helping us and supporting us and teaching us. So there was a description of glorification of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura in Singapore, 1995, June 27, transcribed by Guna Chuda Devi Dasi. And we have her here today with us, so it's very appropriate and fitting and auspicious. So Gurudev said we will try to speak and glorify Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. It says, Vaishnava Gunagan Korile Jivera Pran Suni Achi Sadhu Guru Mukhe. I have heard from the mouth of Sadhu Guru, from our Gurudev, how a Vaishnava should be properly glorified. Topmost Vaishnava, Paramahamsa, Acharya, Mahajana, Sadhu. If they are glorified, then Krishna becomes very, very pleased, very merciful by that glorification, because he loves his devotee. Prabhupada says, if you glorify the Son, then the Father's more pleased. You love me, love my dog. Of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakura talks about becoming the dog of his spiritual master. Of course, it's an obedient dog, not just any dog. Are you relishing this? Are you praying to get the mercy from Bhaktivinoda Thakura and Gurudev, Vaishnavas? Or do you want to just sit with your mind? This way you get please Krishna by glorifying Vaishnava, Thakur, Mahajana, Sadhu, Guru, Mahabhagavata. You'll get the mercy. You'll get their mercy very easily. And the end result of that mercy is very easily you will be able to go back to Godhead by their mercy. Mukham kuroti vachalam pangum langirite girim yat kripa tamaham bande shigurum tirtaya paramanda maharamam. Om Jnana Tamarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stavitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tarati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shiguru Shita Parakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savarutam Parijana Satam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsa Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagapate Gopisha Gopikatanta Radhakanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudidevi Pranamami Haripriye Vanshakalpa Tarubhishya Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Vadayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Nama Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this, the Pranamanta says, Namo Bhaktivinodhaya Saccidananda Namine Gora Shakti Srupaya Rupanuga Varayate. Varayate. Gora Shakti Swarup. Shishimad Saccidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakura ki. Srila Gurudev says that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he was born in 1838 on the 2nd of September in the district of Nadia in the village of Ulagram or Ula. That was his maternal uncle's village. It was not his paternal village. Maternal uncle's village. The paternal family is actually from Orissa, right? From Kendrapada? Huh? Oh, from Choti, right? So he was living in that village, but his fathers and forefathers, they were living in Orissa. That is at that time in the district of Cuttack. Now it is the district of Kendrapada. So at the bank of that river, Birupa, there's a village. That village name there is Choti Mangalpur. Choti Mangalpur. That is Bhaktivinoda Thakura's Shripat. So Shripat means where his family is from. When Bhaktivinoda Thakura was a mere boy, he was 2 years old, he was speaking in poems. He was speaking in poems only, not in prose. Wouldn't that be nice if Gopal just woke up and spoke in poems? Wouldn't that be really sweet and nice? So he has written so many nice, wonderful songs. And when he was 6 years old, he had already studied Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything already he was reading and studying. When he was 9 years old, he studied astronomy. He was a very, very intelligent and exceptional, extraordinary personality. From his very birth, you can understand it. And that is the symptom of Nityasiddha. When he was 10 years old, he was inquiring about Brahma Jigyasa, what is the nature of the absolute truth. He's very serious, like Lalita. Very serious, very serious. When he was 11 years old, his father expired, left his body. The name of his father was Chandradat. That was means Bhaktivinoda Thakura's grandfather was Raj Ballabhadat. Bhaktivinoda Thakura's name, that we say, the legal name or karmic name was Kedarnath Dat. His spiritual name is Saccidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakura. When he was 12 years old, he married. At 12 years old, he got married. Now, what are you worrying about? At the age of 12, he was married. And his wife's age was 5. What are you waiting for? Huh? Get her married. Huh? His wife was 5 years old and he was 12 years old. And he got married. We have our devotees, they're 40, 50 years old trying to get married. What's wrong with this picture? And at that time there was a great, what is it, educationist? Is that a word? Yeah. Shows you how educated I am. In India, his name was Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, and Bhaktivinoda Thakura, or Kedarnath Datta, he was a student of that very famous teacher. What's his name? Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar. You would know. And he was very much liked, Bhaktivinoda Thakura, by his teacher, because he was such a wonderful student. So sympathy and love and affection, appreciation is naturally there for such a student and he is Vaishnava, as Bhaktivinoda Thakura. So he wrote one book, Bodhadhyaya, and in his book he has mentioned that the Supreme Lord is formless, no form, nirakara. So when Bhaktivinoda Thakura read that, he asked the teacher, why don't you see the Lord? Why you cannot see the Lord? First you see his form, then you write something. Why you're writing like this? So he's challenging his teacher, very famous personality. He asked his teacher this thing. Who a small boy can ask his teacher such a question? How you can write like this? First you see the Lord, understand the form of the Lord, then you write something. Otherwise, why you're writing? He's just directly challenging his teacher. And especially in that age, what to speak of now? Now anyone can challenge anybody, isn't it? Everyone has rights to challenge teacher authority. Although India is still a little strict, I saw that. They have nice sticks and all of these commanding respect. And then he said, oh my dear master teacher, you may please see the Lord. Try to understand how beautiful he is. See his beautiful form. Why are you not able to see his form? Then write. Without seeing his wonderful, beautiful form, then why are you writing all of these things? It's all speculation, all apparat, all offense, really, he's telling, right? And then, Ishvara Chandra Vidyasagar, he actually was very humble. And then he admitted to Bhaktivinoda Thakura his failure, that he was not able to see the Lord. Are you listening? Huh? Are you in your mind or are you in her mind? Are you both in some other mind? You're floating out there together? Towards God knows where? He was very humble, he admitted his fault. And he said, yes, I couldn't see his form. I'm such a degraded, fallen soul that I could not see. But you are such a fortunate person that you can see and understand the form of the Lord, that the Lord is not formless. So Raj Vallabha Dutt, the grandfather, he was a great astronomer, astrological calculator. And he calculating the chart of Bhaktivinoda Thakura, that Kedarnath Dutt, he said at age 27 you will get a great government service, and I bless you that you will become a great Vaishnava. His grandfather said like that. So he's also Vaishnava. And he's praying to the Lord, you please become Vaishnava. Let him become Vaishnava. So first he was a teacher, an honest job. Teaching means honest job. No problem is there. This is a very honest job. Huh? 3 times, honest job, no problem is there. This is livelihood. You have family, you have to take care of your family. So teaching is an honest job to earn this Lakshmi, money. It's an honest job of earning money 4 times. One cannot do any fraud here. No fraud amongst the teachers. There is no black money to be made there. Unless you move to Mayapur, I don't know. No black money, right? So like that, it is a very honest way of earning money. 5 times. So he was born in his maternal uncle's house in Bengal in the district of Nadia, but his fathers were staying in Orissa, they came to this Choti Gram, they stayed there, and at that time, these landlords there, they were persecuting the subjects, they were not misbehaving and not treating the people properly because they were very simple, they were illiterate, and therefore they were persecuting and harassing all of these simple village persons there. Bhaktivinoda Thakura could not tolerate it. It was too painful. Something's eating my feet down there. Can you get that out of there? Something's like mosquito. Ants. Red ants. So he couldn't tolerate this type of behavior. And he could understand that they were being exploited and harassed because they were not educated. So he immediately thought, let me educate them, and he set up the school. Let us take education. The illiterate, they should have some education. And then these zamindars, these landlords, will not persecute them. They will not torture them. So he set up the school in the Kendrapara, and that Kendrapara High School is still there now. That is the first high school that was set up in Orissa, in Kendrapara. And he also became teacher. And he started the teachership. He also, wasn't it, he was the first lawyer too? Didn't he start like the first law school also?
Yes.
I think it's like that also. So he was real pioneering spirit. He understood what was right thing, what was needed. And then in 1859 he came to Jagannath Puri Dham from that Kendrapara. He underwent the teacher's training. He took training, he said, I must take teacher's training and then I will be a certified teacher. Are you a certified teacher? Very good. Very good. Are you a certified teacher? Then he passed the teacher's training examination. He became a certified teacher. Then he got government job. Then he became to the teacher, and our Gurudev was also teacher. He was also teacher. At that time in this British regime, there was, in India, there's a famous high school there in Cuttack, Ravenshaw, collegiate school. And there's Ravenshaw Sahib, he was commissioner of Orissa and Bihar combined together at that time. So that school is still there in Cuttack. It's very famous, very old school. After passing that teacher's examination training, he got appointment to that school. He became a teacher in that school. And then he transferred to Bhadrak High School, Balasore district. Then he came to Bindapur, Bengal. He became a teacher there in some high schools there. When he was staying in that Bhadrak High School, he was the headmaster at that time. Bhaktivinoda Thakura was the headmaster. His first son, Ananda? I think you translated it, or transcribed it. Ananda Prasad was born. His name was Achyutananda. So he was the only son of his first wife. At that time, he wrote a book in English that is called The Mats of Orissa. So his first book is Mats of Orissa in English, and he explained all the wonderful temples that were here in Orissa, and much information he gave also. Then he gave up that teaching profession. He came to administrative department. He became deputy magistrate, deputy collector, sub-registrar in the offices of Orissa in that administration. He came to that British regime. He was a deputy magistrate. And at the same time, all the time, he's reading Srimad Bhagavatam. This Bhagavat Pravachan he was giving. Then he was giving that even while he was acting as magistrate. Then he was under the banyan tree, one banyan tree, he was speaking this Bhagavad Gita, and a ghost was living in that tree, in that banyan tree. So 1 week, that banyan tree, after that 1 week, that banyan tree uprooted. That ghost was a Brahmadaitya, he became delivered. So by that katha, he uprooted the tree and he delivered that ghost. From that day, people put such strong faith in Bhagavatam because they have to see something. So they could clearly see, and then they said, oh, what is this Bhagavatam? Because he drove out that ghost, uprooted a banyan tree. It's not easy to uproot a banyan tree, especially by reciting Bhagavatam. You just keep your eyes on the banyan tree. Then you'll have faith in the Bhagavatam. Then he was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, many times. Then he understood the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhantas by that study of 6 Goswamis, Mahaprabhu's teachings. He was discussing this Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta philosophy with other Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Then he came to know about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that way, and he became immediately convinced that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he developed unflinching faith in the teachings and the mood and the mission of Mahaprabhu and that Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. So by hearing that Siddhanta from such Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta, then this seed was sown in his heart, and gradually it became fructified, and he very much liked to read and hear and chant about Krishna, krishna-katha, krishna-tattva, and he wrote this krishna-tattva. Then he got transferred to Puri, Jagannath Puri temple. He was appointed by the British government. He stayed in that house near the temple, and he was administrator and magistrate. Now it is Chaitanya Mat. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who was a great ray of Vishnu, was called, just like Advaita Acharya, calling, roaring, crying before the Lord to come and appear. The same way the prayers of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura could bring such a personality as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was considered to be a ray of Vishnu in that same house. That's the original house of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. He was renting that house, that is Mandala. We know some gentleman known as Mandala renting that house and staying there. Still the house is there. At that time the commissioner of Orissa was this Raven Shah Sahib, and he very much liked Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Then he wrote Chaitanya Gita at that time, in prose, not song form or poetry form. Then after that book, then he was known as Saccidananda Das. Then he was awarded, Gaudiya Goswami and the Sangha awarded him Bhaktivinoda. From that day, he is known as Saccidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Then at that same time, around that time, there was one yogi, Vishvaksena. He was a very crooked yogi. He was walking around claiming, I am Mahavishnu, I am Bhagavan. You understand? And he was showing many miracles. He had some mystic cities. He was showing all of that to the people, and the people became fearful and impressed by this personality. Like Sai Baba. He can do some miracle, pull some gold, do some tricks, and then the simple people become amazed and they say, oh, he's Bhagavan. He must be God. So some yogis are there like that. And then he made one advertisement, that bogus yogi. He said, I will do Ras Leela on this particular day, everyone should sign up. He was on a campaign to get as many persons to join him in that Leela as possible. And he sent the message to all the young ladies, I will do Ras Leela, in a couple of days. You should all prepare yourselves. You all become like gopis, and you can all take part in my Ras Leela. Then all the people were shocked. There was a huge cry amongst the people, how he can do and say like that and try to influence our daughters. So the people became very, very upset. They wrote very strong letters to this Raven Shah Sahib, who was that commissioner. Said, what is going on here? Well, who is this personality? Who does he think he is? Immediately you should take care of this problem. These young girls, they're starting to run out of their house. They think Krishna is calling them. They're thinking, oh yes, Krishna is calling, we must take part in the Ras Leela. So they're very simple. He's some mystic yogi, some demon, so he's somehow disturbing their mind. Some people are starting to say he's Bhagavan, he is Mahavishnu. Why you're worshipping these wooden dolls, these idols? Jagannath is a wooden idol, so he's blaspheming Jagannath. Then the people were fed up. Then this Raven Shah Sahib, he sent order to Bhaktivinoda Thakura, who was magistrate, so powerful, strong, commanding personality and Vaishnava. You please, you go handle that situation. And it said that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, that he would not work so many hours. But when he worked, he handled all of his load in very quick, short order. Because he was so powerful, so strong, so intelligent, he could easily understand what is to be done, what is not to be done. So immediately he said, I'll take care of it. He took responsibility. And he also heard this fool blaspheming Jagannath. And this guy say, I'm Bhagavan. So he's Pashandi, he's atheist, he's demon. So Bhaktivinoda said, hey, put that man in jail. Immediately, put him in the jail. He ordered the police, you arrest him and throw him in jail. The guy's a rascal. He's saying he's Bhagavan, Jagannath is just some wooden idol. He's a great Pashandi, he's aparadi, atheist. Then the police, they went to handcuff him, but they couldn't do it because he was a yogi. And he created some yoga siddhi, mystic power. And as soon as those police came onto his compound, then they all started, their heads were all reeling and they all started getting sick and just crashing onto the ground. So they became very fearful. He had some siddhi, he's just doing some disturbing them. Then they all became scared. They said, no, 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 he must also, I agree, he must be Bhagavan. So even the police became thinking, oh, he's also Mahavishnu, he's Bhagavan. As soon as we entered into that compound, our heads started to reel, we crashed down on the ground, we were all unconscious. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he became angry. What do you say? He's Bhagavan? He's a rascal. He's a great Pashandi. He's saying Jagannath is just a wooden idol. He's declaring himself to be Bhagavan. And you people are afraid of him? Are you fools? He's only some yogi. He's exhibiting some mystic siddhi. Come with me. Then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he led the way and he started marching to that Pashandi's house, chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you chant Hare Krishna, that yogi siddhi, his power, it will not touch you. It will not act. And then he showed personally, by chanting, he went right in and grabbed that rascal by the throat. Right? Put handcuffs on him, take him to the jail, put him in the jail. Then the police became very strong, seeing all of this thing. That yogi, he lost his Shakti in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakura. So they got strength, they put on the handcuffs and they brought that guy to the jail, that rascal. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he's magistrate, he's the judge, and he says, okay, your sentence, life in jail. No jury. He's the judge and the jury. Life in jail, that was his sentence. Then the whole night long, he tried to show his mystic power. And Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he had 13 children. 13. He started young, don't forget. Then they all started getting sick. They were all vomiting, passing stool, completely, everyone thinking they're going to die. 8 sons and 5 daughters. Then, that yogi exhibited his mystic power that night. After Bhaktivinoda put him in jail, they all got really, really sick. The whole night they're all throwing up and vomiting and crying. And then his wife came to him and said, oh, he must be Bhagavan. See how foolish? Everyone's sick. We must have committed some offense. He must be Bhagavan. You should release him. She's going to the husband, Bhaktivinoda Thakura, because my mind says like this is what you should do. Because we'll be killed, all my children will be killed. You see mother's mood, always protective of the children. So she said, oh, he must be Bhagavan. You just get him out of jail, otherwise I'll lose all of my children. They'll all die. You should release him. Then he got angry. What are you saying? He's a great Pashandi. He's a rascal. He thinks he's Bhagavan. He's saying Jagannath is a wooden idol. And you say he's Bhagavan? He's a mystic yogi. He's just showing some mystic powers. You come, you sit with me, we'll chant Hare Krishna. So the whole night they sat down, both husband and the wife, and they chanted Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when you have a problem, you sit with your husband and chant Hare Krishna. Alright? You and Golo, if there's something, problem come, that's the example set by Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Then, as soon as the night was over, all night they stood up chanting. Then all the children were saved, all the disease went away. And that yogi, he remained in that jail until his death. When he was going to die, he requested, I want to see that Bhaktivinoda Thakura. I want to see him and get some dust from him. Because you can understand, nobody had power to deal with him. But this Bhaktivinoda Thakura, such powerful Vaishnava, he could subdue such a great yogi. Didn't he also cut up his hair?
Yeah.
I think he had some kind of Shakti from his hair, he just sliced it off, then he became no hair, no Shakti, nothing. Then he said, no, this must be a very powerful person. Then he said, I must get dust from that personality, Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Then that Pashandi, that rascal, he paid Dandavat pranams to Bhaktivinoda Thakura. And he took the dust from the lotus feet of Bhaktivinoda Thakura, put it on his head, and then he immediately left his body. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, So we can continue. Now we have to go to a school, university, which is fitting to speak about Vaishnava Siddhanta philosophy, Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. So we're glorifying, and now let us go do some seva and think about these Vaishnavas, our Gurudev and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, and try to put the dust of their lotus feet on our head by that surrendered seva. And maybe the demon and the Pashandi, which is lurking within our hearts and minds, may be destroyed by the mercy of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, so we can become really disciple, devotee of our Gurudev, Shri Guru Vrinda. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura ki, Srila Gurudeva ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki.